What's up, everybody? Oh, come on. Computer's already making noises at me. I quickly just wanted to make a video here on the channel and talk about a couple things that are important to me so people that follow this channel can see kind of where I'm coming from and my personal views. Remember, they're my opinions. They're not any sort of law. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope that you're in agreement with me. And if not, that's fine. Talk to me down in the chat below. Send me a DM on Twitter or on YouTube here. I'm happy to talk with anybody. And yeah, I'm just here for a good time. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Anyway, I've been thinking about this Marvel thing in DC, just mainstream comics in general, and how they are not succeeding. They're failing at retaining their customer base. And that's a huge deal for them because they're not able to make money, which is the name of the game. But for us, for the fans, it's more than just spending money on something. It is a connection to our childhood, and it's important to us. I'm 35, and when I pick up a comic book, I want to feel those pages. I want to open it up. I want to be transported back to when I was 10 or 12. I want to feel that nostalgia. I want to feel that connection to innocence again. And that's what I get from comics. Marvel is doing some things. Specifically, I like to target them because they're my favorite company, if I'm talking about a big one. And some of the things that they're doing is they're putting too many politics in it. And I get it. People are going to say there's always been politics in comic books. Comic books were bred on politics. Like there's Captain America punching Hitler. There's all these things that have been put into comic books that are very political. And I get that. I really do. I understand that. But at the same time, you got to remember that we're now living in a society that we get our politics force-fed down our throats every single day. You get it on Twitter. You get it on Facebook. You get it on Instagram. You get it from CNN and Fox. You get it if you're sitting in a Denny's eating a Grand Slam, enjoying a cup of coffee. There's going to be a TV on, and it's going to be one way or the other. It's going to be right or left. And I'm not going into what my personal political beliefs are. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's right or left or in between. I've got enough of it in my life. My escapism in these comic books is why I'm reading them, and I'm not getting it. So anyway, I'm going to leave that alone for a minute and go on to something else, maybe a little bit lighter. Let's talk about something else, shall we? Bill Maher. So he came out saying wrote a blog and said some rather nasty things about you and me. If you're watching this book and you like comic books, some of the things he had to say. Let's get into it. He said, America is in deep, deep mourning for a man who inspired millions to, I don't know, watch a movie, I guess. Mm-hmm. Maher continued saying that he has nothing against comic books, but when he was young, comics were for kids, and when you grew up, you moved on to big boy books without pictures. But then 20 years or so ago, something happened. Adults decided they didn't have to give up kid stuff, and they pretended comic books were actually sophisticated literature. What? Bill, we live in a country where people think eating Tide Pods is cool. Tide Pods. He also had to get political. As always, you have to point a finger at Trump because a man who's a beloved pop culture icon passed away, and people like comic books because that makes sense. So here's what he said about Trump. I don't think it's a huge stretch to suggest that Donald Trump could only get elected in a country that thinks comic books are important. Really? So people are eating Tide Pods, but you're blaming comic books on Trump's election. I don't think that's what it is. Enough about Bill Maher. I'm sick of thinking about him anyway. I try not to get too political. I really don't. But that thing just rubbed me the wrong way. Anyway, let's move on, and I'm gonna talk to you guys about something that's really important to me, and it's building a brand. When my buddy Jason and I, we have launched a comic. It's on Indiegogo right now. It's called HIRO, Blood of Patriots, and it's really important to us to get this book out. We did some things wrong when we were launching. I don't mind admitting that. We didn't have a big enough fan base and followers, but what I do know and what I'm trying to do to help remedy this situation is this. We might not make our goal. We might not launch this book and it might not get printed. But what it's going to do is it's going to give us a chance to meet people, to grow our fan base, and to become people within this industry. So when we do launch our next project, we're going to be ready for it. We're going to be miles ahead, and we're going to be ready to get this thing done, published, printed, and shipped out to all of our backers. So, coffee's getting cold. I have a couple things that I want to talk about, and these are things that I fundamentally believe are how you get followers, how you keep followers, and how you grow your fan base and make your brand better. All right, so this is my advice on how to gain a following, build a brand, and be successful at indie comics. And well, to be successful at anything, you could start a donut shop or sell jewelry on the side of the road. This is still going to help you. So what you need to do is you need to be able to have people know who you are, like who you are, and trust you. Those are the three things. That's it. It's pretty simple, but I'm going to elaborate. People just don't want to see what you're selling. They want to know you, and they want to know your story. For example, there is an artist who I've been following for a long time, or not a long time, but for a while now, and he is one of the coolest people I've ever met. I'm talking about Drew Moss. You can see I've talked about it in live streams before, but I have some of his art back here. I have art on the wall in front of me, and Drew is a stand-up guy. The thing that he does right is he lets the customer know who he is. So I walked up to his table for the first time at a Comic-Con, and I started looking through his art, and I was like, man, I really like this art. And so Drew is sitting there, and he puts down his pencils, what he's doing, a commission or a sketch or whatever, to talk to me. And that was so important. I can't tell you how important it is to be noticed by somebody that you like and respect. So he starts talking to me, and my daughter happened to be with me. She saw a book that he had done called Terrible Lizard. It's about a dinosaur and a kid, kind of like what's the Devil Dinosaur maybe even, but it's a little bit more of a modern take on it, and his art is great. And so my daughter immediately keyed in on it, picked up a print that he had done and was looking at the book, and he goes, he's like, man, do you want to, do you want to print for her? And I said, yeah, sure. How much is it? And he's like, oh, don't worry about it. I'll give it to her. She really likes it. Like, he gave that to her. It was really cool. So then I not only bought two more prints for myself, the ones you see behind me right here. I also bought the trade issue of Terrible Lizard because he was so cool. He invested his time to talk to me and my daughter. He took pictures with her. He signed everything, and it was so cool. It was a great experience. I got to know him, and I invested in his brand and in him. And so now he just put out an Indiegogo, or sorry, not an Indiegogo, a Kickstarter for a book called Chasing the Moon, I think, and it looks so good. It looks great. Would I be half as excited to see this if I didn't know who he was or if I hadn't had that experience? No, I wouldn't. It's a personal connection, and it's really cool to be able to know him, to be able to know what he's about, and to be able to know his story. So I plan to back that book because it looks awesome and because I like and respect him. He's a great guy. So yeah, that's part of it. The next part is, so we got the know part, now we have the like part. And once again, that kind of falls in with the same thing. This is something my wife says to me a lot, and it's really funny. And she says, your vibe attracts your tribe, okay? So what you're putting out is what's going to come back to you, whether it's on social media, so Facebook or Twitter or YouTube, any of these social media platforms. If you're putting out a negative vibe, if you're constantly talking about politics and how this person is, this person is bad and evil and all this crap, and I know I just did some of that earlier, but if you're constantly doing that, that's the stuff that's going to come back to you, and it's going to be on your channel. It's going to be your voice, and I don't want to do that. I want to be putting out a positive, happy, upbeat, good experience for people to enjoy. And I think that when you do that, you're going to gain followers back, you're going to get them faster, and you're going to have people that really believe in you. So if they know you and they like you because of the quality product that you're putting out, whether it be the comic book or just the social media presence that you have, you're going to gain followers, and you're going to have this brand that's going to grow faster and going to be better. And the last thing is people need to trust you. They need to trust that you're going to deliver on your promise. One of the big things for an Indiegogo or a Kickstarter project is when the actual product gets to the house. So when can I receive my copy of HIRO Blood of Patriots? For us, we're planning on shipping stuff out the day after Memorial Day. Memorial Day is a special day for America, and we are going to spend our day, Memorial Day, and we are going to pack each and every one of these books, or as many as we can, and the next day we're going to go start shipping those bad boys out. That's the promise that we made. We have to deliver on that promise, or people aren't going to trust us in the future. Also, we have to be real, we have to be authentic, and we have to be ourselves, and that's the only way that people are going to trust you and believe who you are. If you're not real and authentic, then people won't put their trust in you. They won't put their dollars down in your comic book, and they won't spend the time looking at your videos, watching your Twitter feed, or following you in any manner. So now I know that I'm new to this game, and I'm an unknown for probably most of the people that are watching this, unless you already follow me on Twitter. Thank you, guys. But I have been involved with marketing. I've been involved with growing brands and things in the past, and these are surefire things that I've learned that can help you guys succeed. So if you're just starting out, if you're making a comic book, or if you're a seasoned veteran and you're just looking on ways to branch out, grow followers, and do that, this stuff works. I'm telling you, I've grown brands before, and I don't want to dox myself or throw out too much personal information. It's in a different sector than this, but it works, guys. It does. If you're up front and you're in front of the camera and you're genuine and you're friendly, people are going to know you, they're going to like you, and they're going to trust you, and you guys are going to succeed. That's it for now, guys. I am finished with this video. I kind of rambled a lot about a lot of topics. I'm going to try to not be too political on this channel. Sometimes I'm going to say some things about, Marvel or Bill Maher or whatever. Today, I just wanted to kind of get my opinions out there for everybody to understand where I'm coming from. But I have some ideas for the channel. I don't really know where I want to grow it. There's some ideas that I'm kicking around. One of the ideas is just basically how to renovate and build your own nerd cave or your macho cave like me. I have an idea for something to do on the steps here. If that's something that sounds cool, you want to see projects, unique takes on things like that, let me know. Also, down below there is the thumbs up button. If you guys enjoyed this, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't enjoy it, just ignore the thumbs down button, pretend it's not there. But seriously, if you guys enjoyed it and you think some of my tips might help somebody else out there, please pass them on. In the comment section below, or in the information below, I'm going to leave links to Drew Moss's Kickstarter campaign. I'm going to leave links to my own Kickstarter campaign. You can follow me on Twitter. I am Macho Dano, and my co-creator for HIRO Blood of Patriots, his name's Jason. He's at Muttman75 on Twitter. So follow us, get into the conversation. We want to be able to show you guys that you can know, like, and trust us, and we want you to be able to believe in our products. So if you enjoy this YouTube channel, if you enjoy this, please leave comments. Tell me what I need to do better. Tell me what I'm doing all right, and tell me where you want to go with this thing. I want to make a channel that you guys will enjoy. Anyway, I think that's it for today. I am going to take a nap, I think. Macho Dan, coming at you from the Macho Cave. Have a great Sunday afternoon, everybody. Peace out.